Most people will waste their teenage years not because they're stupid or lazy, but because they lack direction. And that is so, so important to the younger generation today. Because if you don't know where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do, you are just going to be following what other people are doing. And that is how you stay average. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying your life. But if you are just in a constant routine of doing the same thing every single day, like mindlessly scrolling your phone, consuming endless content, not building or creating something, you are just going to be stuck in a loop that's not providing really any meaning or value to your life. So, my biggest piece of advice, if you're watching this, if you're a teenager at really any point in your life, is you need to start building habits not as the central focus of your life, but just as a stepping stone to get to where you want to go. And what do I mean by that? Well, instead of spending 3 or 4 hours consuming content, why don't you start producing it? You might learn a new skill. You might learn how to edit videos. You might learn and find a new passion of yours. You've always wanted to start that business, so stop watching endless content on how to start a business and actually go out and do it. Likewise, stop watching videos on how to get in shape if you're not going to go to the gym, And if you even just spend 15 or 30 minutes every single day doing something productive, the compound effect of your results, it's not going to happen immediately. But by the time that you get into your 20s, you will be ahead of 95% of people because most people aren't doing anything meaningful today. They're just stuck in that same loop. So how do you break out of it? Well, start trying new things. That's the biggest piece of advice. If you think that you're wasting your teenage years, is start trying something new and keep doing it until you find something that sticks. So many people these days, they're just copying what everybody else is doing. And believe me, most people, especially teenagers, they're not going down a good path because they just don't know what they want to do. When I was a teenager, I always knew I wanted to start a business. So in addition to watching videos on starting a business, I was actually trying to make money on the side. And that led to now me running a very large and very successful business, but it didn't happen overnight. But the teenage years were the building ground to get to where I wanted to go. And because I had that desire to learn, I started taking small steps to get there, which now I'm 23 and I'm in a place far better than I could have ever imagined because I had a desire to try. Most people don't even want to try. So you should stop being afraid of failure because what you need to realize is that inevitably you are going to fail with whatever it is that you want to start. That YouTube channel, start the business. You're not going to achieve success immediately. But if you learn from that failure and you just never give up in your teenage years, it could be the most powerful use of your time because, again, you're using it as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be, as opposed to the people who, at age 25, they graduate from college and now they don't know what they're going to do for the rest of their life because they got a meaningless degree in some field that they have remotely zero interest in because somebody else told them to do that. So you don't want to be that person. I hope you guys took something away from this video. You want to be valuing your time because that is the most valuable resource that we have today. It's not money, it is time. And if you're young, you are in a better position than most because most people, they're not using their time wisely. So use your time wisely. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.